Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2023 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, take out the cross spread as always. And I also pulled the 4 agreements, wisdom, oracle, and Mudra card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have Taurus, and for you guys, Taurus energy is your 6th house. That points to health, work, daily routines, and criticism. We will have a full moon eclipse in Taurus toward the end of October, so definitely makes sense to see that pop up there. We've also had Uranus in there for quite some time, and Jupiter, which is your ruler. Alright, we have 11. And 11th house energy for you guys is Libra. Of course, we're going to be in the Libra season for the first few weeks of October. There's going to be a new moon eclipse in Libra. And let's see what else. We're going to have Mercury in there for a bit. Mars is wrapping up its transit through there early in October. And I think that's about it. But yeah, so 11th house in general points to friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. Alright, and we have Pluto. So Pluto is actually in Capricorn, which is your 2nd house of possessions, self-worth, and finances. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Fool, and challenging that, we have the Queen of Cups. So this could just be saying you're feeling a little bit torn right now as far as you might want to really take a leap of faith, get a fresh start around something, but at the same time there's still something that you're holding on to, possibly something from your past, whether it be an environment, right, or possibly even a person that you might have lost from the past. It feels like you're still potentially holding on to that, and that could be causing you to feel a little bit restricted when it comes to being more open and free in the present. Alright, in the foundation position, we have the 4 of Pentacles. So for some of you, this actually might be something that maybe on the surface would seem like more of a leap of faith than a sudden move on your part. But this could just be saying that you might have actually been planning for this for a long time, right? So let's just say if you decide to move somewhere all of a sudden, like a far distance, right? Could just be saying that maybe you'd been planning for this for a while, saving up your money for a while, but maybe not necessarily communicating that was your plan to the people in your environment, right? So it might come as a bit of a surprise to them if you were to suddenly make that move. All right, in the past position, we have Temperance. So yeah, this might say that in the past you might have been a lot more, feeling a lot more balanced, right? Feeling a lot more open, feeling like things were flowing in your life. Whereas more recently, you might have felt like things were a lot more stagnant, right? Like I said, you might have felt a bit more closed off, not as open with your energy. All right, in the present position, we have the 3 of Cups. So yeah, this does look like you will ultimately be opening up, right? Maybe initially you'll just be expressing what this plan is to just those who are closest to you. So it could be siblings, just friends you've known, maybe even going back as far as childhood, right? But I feel like you're letting them know what your plans are, and there's going to be a celebratory mood around it. All right, in the near future position, we have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like this is saying that when you do let that information out there, it's going to feel like a sense of relief for you, right? So these blockages that you were feeling in certain areas, once you actually finally express to someone like, hey, this is what I'm going through, right? This is my plan, right? I feel like it's going to feel like such a sense of relief for you. So now you're going to feel like it clears up blockages in other areas for you as well. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the 2 of Wands. So yeah, this could just be saying that maybe with the Aries full moon, for example, that we're going to be having toward the very end of September, that might have been part of what sparked this for you, right? Where all of a sudden you just felt like, okay, it's time for me to make this move, right? Of course, the North Node recently moved into Aries as well. That's fifth house energy for you guys, so you might just been feeling like a return of your creativity, right? A spark within you coming back to the surface. So that could be what's leading you to finally decide that, yeah, you know what, it is time for me to make this move. All right, in the environment position, we have the Four of Swords. So yeah, this could just be saying that energetically, you might have been almost, I don't want to use the word forced because that sounds a little stronger than how I'm actually feeling it, but more of one of those situations where energetically it was just one of these things where you were kind of nudged in the direction of a healing process. So, you know, you might have started to grow frustrated with the feeling that you were closed off and not necessarily wanting to be closed off anymore. But I feel like this is saying that in a certain way, it might have actually been a necessary process that you needed to go through at the time. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, I could see this playing out as hope for sure, right? But for some of you, might even be a fear, right? Where like maybe you've had a fear that, okay, can you get to this level, right? So maybe, like I said, you've really been saving up for a long time to make this move. Like I said, for some of you, it feels like it could be a physical move, and if so, we're not talking about, you know, moving from one side of town to another. It feels like more of a bigger move than that. Some of you could even be like a big long distance travel trip, right? But maybe a really like a 2-3 week long thing that's going to be kind of pricey, whatever the case may be, right? But I feel like there could be a little bit of a fear on your part that, okay, can I get to this level, right? But from the indicators I'm seeing, it looks like it will be a positive experience for you. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Cups. So yeah, to me, this just says that once you finally do get over that hurdle, right? Overcome that obstacle of not feeling like you could open up around something, express plans of yours or desires of yours to someone. I feel like this is the same once it's finally out there. It will start to bring more opportunities your way. So what felt like a blocked energy, once that is let loose, it's going to continue to bring more opportunities your way, which is going to be a positive. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant. So yeah, it could just be saying that maybe with the way things had been going in your life for a while, you might have actually started to lose a little bit of faith, right? Maybe disconnect a little bit from your connection with spirit, right? But now it could just be saying that that spark may be lit in you guys once again. So that's what I see with that. All right, moving on to your, oh, and I should say that that is actually the major arcana card for Taurus, and we also saw Taurus come up in your dice, and we talked about how, of course, there will be that full moon eclipse in Taurus. It'll be the last one there for quite some time too, so if that is a remaining blockage for you, that could be the time when you really feel it clear up. All right, for your 4 agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word. There's the artwork, and it says create a beautiful dream. Right. It says your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Impeccability of the word only creates beauty, love, and heaven on earth. So, definitely a positive message there for sure. Now, this does make me think of the fact that we pretty much just wrapped up in Mercury retrograde. It'll be completely out of its shadow when we officially get into October, which is a good thing. And of course, we have Venus retrograde before that, right? So it could have been some bumpy energies at play for the past couple of months, but October looks like a pretty good month for that to clear itself out. Moving on to your Wisdom Oracle card, we have Fork in the Road. There's the artwork, and the number is 13. Let's see what this has to say. Okay, essential meanings says time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. The Oracle's message: every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for sure, especially for those of you if you have been feeling pressure, right? To, like I said, if you've been reluctant to express something, hopefully that resonated. Okay, the relationship message says you've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love or to remain isolated? To go deeper and commit to mutual passion or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you want to do, invest, and give. Then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on your path to a truer experience at heart. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for sure. So for some of you, maybe this is more of a expressing yourself to an individual, right? As far as a one-to-one relationship, where I was saying, for a lot of you, it looks like it might be more of a thing where you open up to friends, possibly even siblings, right, around what your plans are. But for some of you, it could be more of a romantic thing as well. All right, the prosperity message says you've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction, for the way will be made clear by intuition, which knows how to steer you toward your well-being. So yeah, definitely a positive message there for sure. Like I said, it just looks like one of those things where once you let out this thing that you've been holding on to for a long time, it seems like it's just going to clear blockages for you guys in multiple areas, which is pretty awesome. And like I said, it looks like it could have just been one of those things where it was just time for you to process that stuff, and now you could finally move past it. Right? This is your Mudra for the month. It's the Granthita Mudra, and the keyword for it is redemption. Okay, and there's the info on it. If you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But under benefits, it says prepares the mind for meditation, opens Vishuddha chakra, benefits the voice, improves thyroid function, increases the body's self-healing capacity, and especially in cases of cancer. So if that sounds like a mudra you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.